the chase. Doc?
Lined up by points, and folks, remember it was here 8 weeks ago that NASCAR invoked the double file restarts for the first time in the sport's history, and it worked out very, very well. As they come out of turn 3, it'll be Jeff Gordon, who is the control car. No one can pass him or until they get past the start-finish line. Green flag at Pocono.
Outside, at a minute, one, clear Still out there. Stay low. Still there. Clear all around, all clear. Inside. Still there. Yellow's out. Yellow's out. Pace cars on the racetrack. Let's get caught up.
Well, that was a quick caution.
Start right behind.
Caution number 1, pretty simple. They were 4 wide. And they just catch John Andretti. That's it. We'll do an onboard. On board with John Andretti. Kind of caught him off guard. Looked, they're 4 wide behind him. And Tony Raines catches him. Yeah, I will say this, by the way, just a heads up. Later in this race, I think my mic gets muted, and I don't even realize I muted it. So yeah, there might be some commentary missing, so that kind of sucks. So as we oh wow, I didn't even see that. As we prepare to go green, Denny Hamlin, the real life winner of this race, out. David Stremme, Robbie Gordon, Michael Waltrip, go figure, he's out. I've kept track. I don't know if I've actually ever disclosed this stat in any of the intros or anything, but I have kept track of every DNF in this series since the 2001 season. Mikey has crashed out almost 2 full seasons worth. He's, I think, approaching 60. So not, I guess, 2 full seasons, because that'd be 72, but season and a half. He wrecks a lot. Let's just leave it at that. Kevin, you can go all the way to the damn yellow line. I'm not going to let you go too easy here, bud. And you're just opening yourself up on the top side for someone behind you to get around you. I, on the other hand, had nobody there. Someone's zipping up behind me. I'm not even going to try to block that just yet. That was Jeff Burton. I thought I heard a crash. Nope, no one's falling off. So yeah, actually, just realized I never even had my intro, my normal intro. Yeah, welcome to race 21 here, Pocono. We come in here, we started the race off lined up by points because to my knowledge, now I didn't check like on YouTube or anything to see the actual race, but from what I saw looking for the to create the roster for this, they said time trials didn't occur, which led me to believe that it was lined up by points because it was probably rain or something. So yeah, we lined up 13th. So that tells you I was wrong in my prediction that maybe we were top 9 in points after last week. Shows how good my point skills are during a race. And I like math and numbers and stuff, but yeah, during a race it's a little harder for me to get some of those numbers accurate. But yeah, so we're 13th. Not far outside of the cut line still, but again, like I said, I think the last couple of races, I don't want to just barely make it going into Richmond. Like, I don't want Richmond to be a pressure cooker for us. I would like to be able to have some fun and relax, because, you know, getting into the chase is going to be just as stressful once you're there. So it would be nice to have some portion of this season not be too stressful. Granted, I'm sure, I guess it makes for some good entertainment, but I mean, it is what it is. We're running where we're running. Can't change that. I'd rather have gone to the high side to pass Newman, but I'll take the low side if it's going to work. Well, we have to tiptoe off that turn. The car did not like that. This is the second time we've had to do this race. We got to lap like 32. Yeah, it was like 32. We were running really good, actually. I was quite surprised. Excuse me. And the game crashed coming out of turn 3? No, turn 2. We came off of turn 2, and all of a sudden I felt like the wheel crank really hard one way to the right, and it got really locked. And I'm like, what the heck just happened? And I still had the brace on, so it dug right into the brace and dug into my hand. And so that wasn't fun. But yeah, I was like, what the heck? And then it crashed. So we're in the top 10 still, which is good. I was worried, like, was I gonna screw something up and not be able to repeat that performance? Because it was difficult to stay up there, you know. And then once a couple cars started maneuvering me up out of the groove, it was hard to get back in, and we fell back to like 15th. But
inside, clear all around, all clear.
There was a pretty sizable gap from 15th to 16th, and we were getting close to pit stop, so I wasn't too stressed. I figured we could probably make that time back up. But yeah, needless to say, we'll never know. Trying not to lose Kyle Busch here. But I think we are. Race leader is Jeff Gordon. Juan Montoya is second. Well, as of the last lap. Y'all keep racing up there like that. That's fine with me. I think we can catch back up. Maybe take a stab at a top 5. That was a really decent turn too. I want to say decent turn 3, but I know it's kind of a mirage because Kevin came zooming up on us, and these guys, they're side by side, so that doesn't count.
Still there. Clear. Inside. 3 wide. Inside. Stay high.
Nothing to see here, folks.
Clear. Clear. Inside. Still there.
I got greedy. Drove it in too hard.
Clear. Clear.
You guys just want to throw a hand up. Let me know you're going to come to a complete stop in the middle of a turn. It'd be great. Oh God, what are we running? 15, 16, somewhere in there? 15. I mean, I know that was my fault, so. Could they have backed out of it a little bit more? Absolutely. But, one, Tony Stewart's not going to back out. Two, Kyle Busch isn't going to back out. Three, I shouldn't have done it, so no one to blame but myself. I know those two are not going to back out of it. Hell, none of the AI drivers ever back out of something like that, I feel like, unless it's, well, track dependent. We're so loose off of 3. I can handle running 15th a little bit easier had we not been running top 10 and fallen out because of my stupidity. But with this season the way it's been, usually I can be happy with the 15th. Just a little hard this time. That's what she said. They're singling out. Damn it. If they stay double filed, well, looks like a couple people are trying to pass. If they get to racing, I can pick up some of these spots. Wish I knew what their pit strategy was going to be. If the game hadn't crashed, we would probably have been able to... Man, if it could have waited to crash like 6-7 laps, so we kind of had an idea when the leaders were going to be pitting, that would have been great, because we're within our window now. But if we go a lap down, we're kind of screwed, unless we can get a wave around. Oh yeah, get back to racing, boys. That's what we'd like to see. Do it for the fans. Put on a show. Just realized I've been quiet for like a lap or two there. Just focusing in. I'm trying to ignore this brace. Dang it, my damn right hand. It's starting to really hurt. Because we're so loose, so I have to keep turning the wheel back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Pocono is generally pretty straightforward. This version though, I forgot how much the handling feels so much different than it did on any of the other Poconos. We're just a lot more on the loose side. My biggest concern is the dirt series, because that is always hurt afterwards. Granted, I didn't have a brace on, so it was really more prominent, but with the brace on, I think it's the brace that's gonna hurt me, not carpal tunnel. And it's not even so much a pain as it is pins and needle feeling. I lose feeling in the left side of my right hand. Wow. Who hit me?
Inside, inside. Clear.
Clint
All right,
Boyer.
all clear. Inside, inside. Still there.
I got
All
beef
right,
with
all
Clint.
clear.
That was ridiculous.
10, 7, 6, 5, 2.
Now we gotta play catch up again. We were catching up. Screw you, Clint. Ah, dang. We're on lap 19. Really could use a caution or a pit stop right about now. Could use both.
Six, one.
There's a lot of cars up ahead. I'm guessing they're getting bunched lap traffic? Oh. No. No one's a lap down. As of this past lap, unless those guys just all got to racing really hard. Well, they might have gotten slowed down too. Tony Raines, he's out with a header. So he might have been somewhere in that mix and slowed a bunch of them down. I will not hesitate to let Clint Boyer know how I feel, though. Maybe not at Pocono, but I'll get him.
5, 7, 8.
Carl and Clint have something coming. Put that on paper. I'm gonna be smarter though about revenge. We're gonna make it happen when it counts. It's gonna mean something because we're trying to battle our way in to make the chase, and whether we do or not don't, it's gonna make it a little bit more challenging to make it. So just because we're a little bit farther back and have to work our way back there, whether we make it there or not. So Carl's pretty much a shoo-in to make it. You see where this is going. Clint, he might be a season or two down the road. I'm going to hold that grudge. But he'll pay. Just feels like there's no downforce on this car. When especially coming off these turns. I just feel like that it's a patch of ice. It's Pocono snow. There we go. That's better. I was getting concerned. We were keeping up with cars, and I was like, this is not right. We should be losing time every lap. Now we are. Like, that makes a lot more sense. I drove in way too hard.
6, 8, 7, 7.
Just frustrated right now. You know, the initial drop in our position, which, you know, is a part of the reason we're back here with all these guys because of my dumb move. Jeff Burton just said no cares given in the world, and he came right up off that turn on top of me practically.
Inside. Still there. Still there.
Come on, Truex.
Still there.
Give me some room. Oh, come
Halfway
on.
this time. Clear all around, all clear.
So, I mean, in an indirect way, it still kind of falls on myself for that dumb passing attempt on Tony and Kyle. I got greedy, got excited. If you've been having the season we're having, you probably would have done the same thing.
Inside.
Yeah, I drove in way too high, way too hard. I was scraping the wall. Gordon leads Montoya and Vickers still, by the way. We're hanging with Truex, I just don't think we're gonna pass him. And as I say, how long we can hang with him is yet to be seen. It's weird, like we're pulling away from certain drivers, then you get past once and everybody seems to catch you. I mean, it makes sense, I guess, because you're clearly going, what the? I don't understand how my car is such junk right now. Well, it's damaged. Never mind. Guys want to crash again. Not opposed. Jeff's taking full advantage of that starting spot from points. Still a long way off of Vickers. Mark Martin, though, is right there with him, 5 and 4. Godly damn.
7, 5, 3, 4. Give us 20 to go. Outside.
Work our way around the lap car, Mike Wallace.
Clear all around, all clear.
That's our first time seeing him. First time seeing him, I think, in a little bit. Or was he in the truck race or the nationwide race? He might have been. Damn it, I spilled a little bit of my drink. It's all over my right leg. Try to get it with my sock. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna get the wall. Threw off my braking point. I was trying to readjust my feet on my pedals. I knew we were gonna hit that wall. How to make a bad day bad, or even worse. We are so loose. We are just have to be so cautious turning this wheel right now that we're coming up and we're just getting the wall. I hate turn 3. It's the only part of this track I hate.
Inside. Still there.
Paul Menard making a run on us.
Clear, clear.
Not much of a run. Just a cakewalk.
Inside. Stay high. Clear, clear.
Thought I was gonna get the wall there. Again.
Outside. Clear all around, all clear. Inside, inside.
Well, then we're gonna try to block Paul there.
Clear all around, all clear. Inside. Still there.
Didn't even see Vickers
Clear,
there.
clear.
Or Scott Speed. Go.
Inside, inside. Clear, clear. 55. Easy.
Just gonna short pit. Didn't even see Scott Speed in my mirror.
17541.
So I'm saying, races that are going in our favor,
1 can of fuel here.
we shoot ourselves in the foot.
Clear out, all the way, all the way, all the way. To the grass here. 55. Easy.
So as the graphic clearly shows,
Dig hard.
yeah, I made the mistake once again of forgetting to unmute my mic, which I feel like I've been pretty good at lately, so I'll take the strike for forgetting to unmute it. But yeah, so it's been a couple of days since I've done this race, and I'm actually doing my editing because just a lot of things are going on. So that's why I ended up deciding to go with the graphic, and then I kind of was like, it just felt lazy. So I was like, I could do some commentating. I mean, I have a mic after all, so might as well use it. But yeah, so we're on lap 33. I just remember, like, it was probably for the best that it was on mute, because I kind of got into a foul mood about it anyway. It was just frustrating. And Pocono being a home track, like, I just want to do well there, or here, and yeah, it's just one of them deals. I know, yeah, right there you could hear I had to step out of it. The car kind of pushed. We decided to repair the damage. I can't recall actually if I mentioned anything about that prior to muting the mic, but we decided to repair the damage because why not? And at the time I had to take a quick call anyway, and I figured I had enough time because it was just a short call. So I was like, screw it. We'll just repair it. I can't see this race getting any worse. So, but yeah, I mean, we'll try to get our act together for the 2010 season, for when we come back here. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the setups we're running, they run fine at other Poconos. Version of Pocono. Poconos sounded kind of funny for some odd reason, but yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, the only difference really from this season to prior seasons, I guess, is more, it's a rating thing again. Just the ratings, it's so much more difficult when you have cars that are so highly rated, and just to try to match their pace, especially when that consistency level's so high. Like, you just 2 laps out of a fuel run where you make a hiccup, you're never going to make it back up on, you know, the top cars. So it's extremely frustrating at times, but I don't want to veer away from it. I mean, it's a little bit more of a headache. If I was to veer it away from it, it would be just because, for the purpose of time. Only because you gotta go in, pick your roster, set your roster up, then you have to close the game, change the ratings. Go qualify, close the game, change the ratings. It doesn't sound like a lot, but over time, like, it does get a little bit tedious, but the racing's been pretty good, so, you know, as long as the racing's good. The finishes might not be the greatest for us, but yeah, I can't just stop doing it because we're doing poorly. It just means we got to do better. So let's see. We are on lap 37 now. We are running 36th. I do remember wondering when we were going to start seeing some other cars pit in. Do like the speed shots at these faster tracks too. Something I didn't realize until I was setting up the speed shot about that little hill. You can kind of see right where that dark part of asphalt is in that white line. Kind of see them kind of work up a little bit of a hill there. It's kind of neat seeing those little things. I believe, yeah, you just saw him there a second ago. Brian Vickers is the leader. Jeff Gordon's running second. So they are catching us. Ten to go, and then it's going to be nationwide at Watkins Glen. Yeah, I've actually already run the Watkins Glen nationwide race at this point as well. I just tried to knock out a couple of them because I wasn't going to be editing for a little bit, or able to, excuse me, not edit, but race for a little while. So I figured I would just get a couple races to take with me on the go and edit. And I noticed when I started kind of coming back to get some stuff done when I got home, the Watkins Glen that we're going to run for the Nationwide won't be the same one. I'll talk about it in the Nationwide video about how we're going to run it, but we're going to have to go. We're going to go back to the revamped reloaded version for the Cup race, because when I ran the Cup series there, one, I didn't realize it at the time when I was doing the Nationwide video, and then when I went to edit I saw it. There's a portion of the track where the camera angle is just garbage. You can't see anything. Literally can't see anything but a big gray wall, it looks like. I don't want to deal with that again for the Cup race. So that's one. And two, the cars, like, they crash. They're slipping and sliding, crashing everywhere. It's worse than it was in the revamped version. And we only had 3 cautions in that race last season in the Cup car, so we're going to switch back over to the revamped one we ran last season for Watkins Glen. So figured I'd throw that out there while I'm thinking about it. But we're catching Paul Menard here. I remember it was easier for us to get around on the outside, so we tried to always make our passes up there. We also had a little bit too much oomph in the car coming off the turn and hit the wall. But yeah, so yeah, I can't really think if there's anything else I needed to or wanted to mention at this point in time. So if there's anything, I'll probably cut back in. Otherwise, yeah, we'll probably just catch up with y'all a little bit closer to the end of the race. Yeah, let's see. Paul was for position, I believe. No, he wasn't. He was the lap car. I wish I had the raw footage from the actual recorder when I could see the standings and stuff. I preemptively got rid of it after I had rendered everything. Didn't even think about checking the audio on it first. So that was all my fault. That was my fault. But yeah. Like I think I've done that before, where I'm like, oh, alright, we'll talk to you at the end, and then I just end up staying on. Might as well, there's only a few more laps. We'll be running the Action 46 paint scheme for Watkins Glen in the Cup cars in 2 videos. Yeah. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, I could probably confirm that. Excuse me. Where's my schedule? There it is. Yeah, so yeah, it's the Nationwide Watkins Glen to finish out the week, and then it's Cup Series next week, Watkins Glen. Then we come back to the Dirt Series at Accord Speedway, and then Michigan. Michigan, I'm looking forward to. If there's any places where we might be able to snag a win, that's. I feel like. Did I talk about that in the beginning of this video? No, I can't remember. I might be sounding redundant, but oh well. I think actually I talked about this stuff at Indy, but yeah, now that I actually can sit and look at the schedule and discuss it, like, yeah, Michigan, Watkins Glen, I think it's going to be iffy, but Michigan, Bristol, I feel like those are 2 places in the Cup Series that we could probably pick up a win. Montreal, I think we can get a win there in the Nationwide Series and go 2 for 3. Iowa for the trucks is after Montreal. I've never been there, so that'll be interesting. Atlanta, not expecting much. Richmond, not expecting much. New Hampshire, or excuse me, Richmond, I think we could have a good run. New Hampshire, I'm not expecting much. Dover, I feel like we could have a pretty good day. I think we were starting to kick it up a gear before the whole Jimmie Johnson thing. Then we have Dirt at Fulton. than Kansas. Kansas, I think we can hold our own there for some reason. I feel pretty confident about Kansas being a decent run. Not a win, but a decent run. Cali, questionable. We did good there in the spring. Oh yeah, that's right. Pit stop started around this time. So we picked up a few spots. We're up to 30th. But yeah, Cali, I think we worked out so well because of tires being better with pit strategy. Then we go to Charlotte. I like that version of Charlotte. On a shorter race, we're going to push it harder. We might have a better run. Martinsville, I feel comfortable with. I feel like we could turn our super speedway luck around at Talladega this year, I think. I'm going to just be super, super patient, super, super careful. I think we can get a good finish. Texas is Texas. Before that, though, we have Weed Sport for the dirt. And then we have the final week would be Phoenix. Not expecting much. Fonda, never been there in the dirt cars. And Homestead, yeah, we haven't ever fared too well at Banked Homestead in the Cup cars. So a championship would take a miracle. But, hey, I mean, I didn't think we were going to win the Nationwide Series Championship in 08, so anything can happen, I suppose. I mean, we won the championship last season with a terrible run at Homestead, so we'll see what happens. But, yeah, so we're getting ready to go into turn 3 here. We're in 29th, lap 45, so we're just about through this bad boy. Yeah, 2 to go. I was trying to remember how many laps down we were at this point. Coming up on Reed Sorensen. Wonder. No, I don't have any of that. I was gonna say, I wonder if I had any other things that might tell me what's going on at this point in the race, but I don't. So we just got to go with what we have here. So there's always a little bit more information on what's going on in the back end than there is what the final product looks like. So tried to see if I had anything available to pull up, but I do not. But yeah, so this will be the white flag lap. We're running in the, what does that say? Oh, my glasses on. 28th, it looks like. So, yeah. Now pay attention. See the car going down pit road? That's Brian Vickers. He is your race leader. They stretched the fuel. Don't know how, but they stretched it. So Vickers gets the win. Sam Hornish, Juan Montoya, Jeff Gordon, Clint Boyer, Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, Tony Stewart, Mark Martin, and Ryan Newman round out your top 10. Jimmy's 11th, Casey Kane, 2 guys ahead of us in the points. We're going to come home 26th, 1 lap down. Only could beat a couple more cars, so we got us up to 22nd. Tony Raines, Denny Hamlin, David Stremme, Robbie Gordon, Michael Waltrip, they are all out of the race. So, yeah, that'll do it for us here at Pocono. Vickers, that's actually his first career victory in this series, I might add. So, thank you all for the love and support through likes, comments, subscriptions, etc. Hope you all enjoy this. It was kind of a event, but yeah. Till next time, have a good one.